Okay, so hey guys, and welcome back to another Axel 72 video, and in today's video I'm going to be predicting the Kambosos Jr. versus Wyllie fight. And so if you are new around here and you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. Like the video if you do indeed like the video, and let's get straight into it. So obviously this is another OUS Australian Matchroom card. This is the introduction of Matchroom to Kambosos Jr. Kambosos Jr. has recently just signed with them. It was a bit of an interesting signing. I feel like maybe Matchroom are just wanting to branch out to a wider audience, and they've seen that there is a really good boxing market out in Australia and they're wanting to tap into that, and I don't blame them at all, but I just don't necessarily know if Kambosos Jr. is the, best and right way to do so. They seem to have a really good thing going with Tiara, but I'm just not entirely sure if Kambosos Jr. is able to get back to the heights in which he was once at. But there are some excellent good fights on the undercard, and we'll touch upon them first. So we'll start off with Hughes versus Johnson, the rematch. It's nice to see that this rematch is happening. It's for the WBA bantamweight title, of course. It was a bit of a controversial one when they last fight. I mean, the announcer announced the wrong winner, and then, I'm sure that made Hughes think that she was deserving of the win even more, but she was very annoyed and went on a rant multiple occasions saying that she deserved the win and the rematch and everything like that, but nothing ever really kind of came of it. There was rumours of a tournament happening and things like that, but just again, like I say, nothing ever really came of it. But now of course we are seeing the rematch eventually. We've had to wait a long time, and that whole kind of tournament thing that was rumoured seemingly not going to happen, but now we have the rematch. It was a good close first contest. I feel like maybe Johnson did deserve to win, but for this one I think that Hughes is going to win via split decision. I think it's going to be another very close matchup, but I feel like Hughes can be that more explosive, and she will go to the body better, and she'll just be, although probably quite messy in her attacks, she'll be shooting all over the place, just going head to body, letting her hands go with quite the wide, ravenous hooks, and then be able to have success just doing that throughout the fight and keep the high pace in which she sets and maintains. And yeah, I think she's going to be able to win via a close split decision. Then who she could go on to fight next, maybe another fight with Johnson could be down the line. It would be a one apiece, maybe a third one could happen, but maybe Hughes might not be wanting that. Maybe she'll think that she, won the first one and didn't deserve to give Johnson a rematch, so maybe that might not happen. If not, maybe a Dina Thorsand, of course, WBC and WBO champion. I would love to see her get a big fight out in the States. I feel like there's about time in which she has a big fight in the States, so that could happen. Or Metcalf, I think that could be an excellent matchup. I mean, Hughes has shown that she's willing to fight anybody, anywhere, and Metcalf is the new IBF champion as a result of beating Yoshida at the kind of latter point of last year, and so that could be an excellent matchup. And I do think Metcalf has some good skills and might be able to cause some problems to that of Nina Hughes, and so yeah, I think that could be a good matchup for a unification bout there. Moving on to the second women's world title fight on the card, and this one's a bit of maybe a grudge match to an extent, with it being Nicolson versus Brown for, of course, that WBC featherweight title. This is, been an interesting one. Brown's kind of come out of nowhere. I mean, she's been backed by OTX, and she's just been calling out Eddie Hearn, and I don't really know how she got in a position to be 18-0 and not really talked about before that, but she hasn't really fought anybody too much of note as of yet. Of course, Skye Nicolson has been on an excellent run herself, and she's defended her belt multiple times now, and she's the first woman and the only woman so far to have been on a Riyadh season show as well, so she's got a lot of things going and riding in her favour at the moment. But Tiara Brown could be a good tough test. She's a game opponent who, of course, undefeated as well. She's going to want to come and put probably quite a physical presence upon Nicolson, but I feel like Nicholson's going to be able to win again comfortably via unanimous decision. I think her style is a, maybe on paper boring style, but it's a unique style, and I think she can have a lot of success with it again against somebody like a Brown, who is going to be coming forward and wanting to get in close. I think Nicolson just won't allow it to be in close. I kind of thought Chapman might be able to get in close with Nicolson, but she just wasn't able to. I don't think Brown's going to be able to get in close with Nicolson. And then again, I think Nicholson is going to be able to win via unanimous decision. I think this is going to be arguably one of the better wins in her career. I mean, she's had, she's won the belt against Mahfoud, who I didn't really rate too much, and she's beaten a few decent fighters. I thought the Raven Chapman win was a good win, but that obviously, Chapman's just gone on to lose to Artenstall, so maybe we kind of overestimated Chapman's ability a little bit. So this could be a good win, and I think it will be a good win for Nicolson. And then who she could go on to fight next, maybe a Mike. She's recently become IBF champion, so that could be a good fight to have. Artenstall, of course, like I mentioned, she just beat Chapman, but beat her better arguably than that of Nicolson because she dropped her, so that could happen as well. That could be a big boxer, matchroom show. Maybe that could happen. Or Miranda, she's WBA interim champion, undefeated, I believe, 12-0 Spanish fighter. That could happen. There's a few names floating around in the featherweight division. It's not the most stacked of divisions at the moment, but it seems like Nicholson's kind of reigning supreme. And Amanda Serrano, that whole kind of talk about her fighting Nicholson's kind of gone now, because Amanda's about to fight Taylor again, and that's up at super lightweight, so I just don't really see Serrano going back down to featherweight anytime soon, if not ever in her career again. So I just doubt Nicolson will ever fight Serrano, to be honest. I think it's just two different generations, but still, I think Nicolson yet again will get another good win here. And then going on to the main event, of course, it was meant to be Kambosos Jr. versus Jordan. I think that matchup possibly would have been a better matchup for that of Kambosos Jr., but Wyllie's coming in on 5 days notice, I believe, to come and save the day and make it an all-Australian clash, and that makes it more entertaining in my opinion. Wyllie is an interesting name. He hasn't really got much tape upon him, but from what I have seen, he does seem like a good entity. He's strong, he's powerful, he's gotten, I believe, 15 out of 16 wins via knockout, so he definitely can deliver a good knockout blow. Kambosos Jr. obviously coming off quite a devastating defeat to Lomachenko, where Lomachenko completely beat the brakes off him and looked excellent whilst doing so, and I'm going to go for a shock Wyllie win via TKO in round 10. I think Kambosos Jr. goes for a lot of single shots. I think if he goes and tries to become more physical, more overconfident, I think he could easily be overconfident, overlooking Wyllie. I think Kambosos Jr. could walk on to some big shots and get caught late, hurt late, stopped late, and then Wyllie coming in on really short notice could cause a really, really dramatic upset and end Kambosos Jr.'s career as of that, because it was interesting to see that that Kambosos Jr. was able to even get a world title shot in the first place last time. I found it surprising that he was given that title shot in general. I just don't necessarily know if he really deserved the title shot. He should have arguably lost to Maxi Hughes, and it was just a bit weird to see that he was given the world title shot against Lomachenko, but of course he lost that one, and now I just think he's on a bit of a downward spiral in his career, and he's trying to make up for something that just isn't there anymore. And I think Wyllie's going to be able to win stoppage in round 10, and then maybe go on to fight a Hitchens possibly. A Paro could be a huge name in Australia for him to fight. I'm surprised Kambosos Jr. hasn't been linked with him. If not, maybe a Jordan. Of course, Jordan was meant to fight. There's a few options there, but his career would skyrocket if he beats Kambosos Jr. But that is just my opinion. Hope you did enjoy. Like the video if you didn't, like the video, subscribe if you're new, and thanks for watching.